Good afternoon. It's once again Friday at 5:30 in the p.m. And this is your host for the next few minutes of Hotline 21, U.S. Representative Danny Davis. And of course, I've been in town all week. I'm getting ready to leave later on this evening. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go to Little Rock, Arkansas. I won't get there until 11 o'clock tonight. But I'm going to participate in a town hall meeting tomorrow at the state capitol with black elected officials and community groups, talking about criminal justice reform, talking about reentry, talking about why there's so much disparity in that particular state relative to who makes up the prison system in the state of Arkansas. Well, I didn't come to really talk about that, but since I grew up in Arkansas, I'm always interested in whatever goes on there. They say down in Arkansas, they serve you coleslaw. It ain't nothing but some cabbage raw. It's a simple southern treat. It's good with meat and things to eat. Yes, in Arkansas, they serve you coleslaw. We are talking about something just as important as anything could ever be. And actually, I see him walking into the studio. That cap he wears is sort of a symbol. There are not a lot of folks wearing caps like that these days. They used to call it the Big Apple. And Fred Jr. wears it, and wears it these days, and wears it well. But we're going to be talking about the fact that the home that Fred Hampton grew up in Maywood, Illinois, is in foreclosure. There is a group of people who have declared that they're going to get it out of foreclosure, and we're going to turn it into some kind of museum, but not just any kind of museum, but a museum. Let me also mention to you that there's a Cam TV comedy show on Monday, October the 22nd here, 7 p.m. at Can TV, 1309 South Wood Street. You are welcome to come and be a part of it, and I'm sure you will have fun. But in the meantime, Chairman Fred has just joined us in the studio, and we are delighted that he's here. He's been leading the effort to come up with the resources that are needed to clear the property owned by his grandparents so that it can become the museum, the educational center, the long-term, ongoing opportunity for people to understand and know about the life and the legacy of Fred Hampton. Thank you, sir. And of course, joining him is the legal counsel for the group from the law offices of Theodore. Is that correct or not?
I'm with the law office of Khaliya Muhammad.
Oh, well, Brother Khaliya Muhammad.
Yes.
He used to be with this law office that I saw on the folder that he's carrying, so
We just left a meeting.
never worry about it. All right, but Attorney Khaliya Muhammad, a young attorney, he doesn't look to me like he's as old as Jim Montgomery or some of them guys, so we're delighted to have him. So, Chairman Fred, why don't you go ahead?
Congressman Davis, again, thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here. We've been moving the last few days. We've been moving, Attorney Muhammad. We've been doing coalition work. We've been drafting people from all arenas. Just been on the church tour, been going on the barbershop tour. We going state to state, putting this word out about saving and maintaining the Hampton House. We say it's bigger than the building, it's more significant than just the structure. Legacies are important. This home, which is on 804 South 17th Avenue in Maywood, Illinois, the home in which my father, Chairman Fred Hampton, they grew up in. Ironically, the same elementary school he attended is still across the street. The same high school he attended is still down the street, Proviso East. So this, we got to get some insides of some background. We got word relatively not too long ago, a few months back, about these notices about in regards to the house is going to be set up for auction to be sold October 23rd. I'm getting my feet wet, with learning the different dynamics about this real estate, the principal mortgage company, all these different dynamics, learning more and more. We've been fortunate to have people come in, again, our brother Attorney Muhammad, people in different arenas, the electoral political field, we touched down with your office. People have been making phone calls. We have not been going through a lot of filibustering, we've not been going through a whole bunch of bureaucratic red tape. People from all walks of life and say, okay, listen, we got to maintain this house, So we've been on the ground, radio interviews, you name it. We've been getting different information about the principal mortgage company. They're saying that the total would be $80,000. You can put this amount down to stop it from the foreclosures. Then these political bag men, for lack of better terms, the different collection agencies we hearing about. So again, I'm still learning. So I got an attorney right here, to talk about that. We just got some updated news. I don't know if we're gonna go into that right now. So updated news. Gotta call our brother, the attorney Theodore London. We just met with him earlier. Met with Recorder Deeds, Karen Yarbrough. So people getting different information, but as literally as within the last hour or two, we've been getting word that the pending date, which was this coming Tuesday, October 23rd, that date has been canceled, in which they out their own mouth, they're saying that about the amount of attention that's being garnered around this case. So, but it's not. We don't want to get comfortable. It's not over. We still got a lot bring up the code. We still got to raise funds to get this debt cleared. But again, our house, our family, it's a microcosm of so many other situations that our people go through. From the predatory lending, all this. So we want to really use this as an opportunity to have these type of discussions. And like I said, I'm learning as we go about the different people involved, different companies, so on and so forth. So I'm giving the political, personal and political dynamics. About we really pushing this here. We don't want to get comfortable. Say, okay, we got another court date coming up. We'll know more about that court date, I think, next week.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, and so again, our attorney can give us more legal insights, about what's going on with it. But
before you do the legal, tell people how they can help, though.
Definitely.
We still gonna need money.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So tell them how they can.
Yes, indeed. The GoFundMe is GoFundMe.com/Save the Hampton House. Save the Hampton House. Also, we have the PayPal. PayPal.com/.me Save the Hampton House. Checks be written out to affect real change in care of Save the Hampton House. Affect real change in care of Save the Hampton House. And we was in the process of getting a post-up P.O. box, but we actually I think it would be politically significant to come right there to the house where we at 804 South 17th Avenue, Maywood, Illinois. Zip code 60153. 60153.
All right, 804 South 17th Avenue. 60153. You can write them a check.
Yes, indeed.
Money order. You can pull out your piggy bank.
Yes, indeed.
Pull out some of them stocks you got.
Yes, indeed. Come on with it.
Whatever you got, come on.
Yes, indeed.
Attorney, please.
Yes, indeed.
The legal status and all that.
Well, currently, everything is pending. We're expecting to know a lot more over the course of the next week, as Chairman Fred just alluded to. Ultimately, we just want to keep everyone engaged in this process. We still would need to raise the required amount of funds for payoff of the loan. And ultimately, we just want to have the community to come together to see this overall vision of what the Hampton House is about. And I know that we've alluded to it to a certain degree, but come out in person,
Yeah.
experience the history behind the Hampton House.
Now, there's some activity this weekend, is there not, Fred?
Yes, indeed. This Sunday, right, literally across the street from the Hampton House, in the parking lot again of the elementary school that Chairman Fred attended as a child. My uncle and my auntie, the same school, Irving Elementary School. There's a block party. We need your support. There's a block party starting early in the morning, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. This is this Sunday, and this is again. This is as a result of people, again, from all walks of life that was coming down and say, listen, how can we move on this? It wasn't no long, protracted, let's wait months down the road. Set this for this Sunday. So we need people to come on out there this Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., the block party, right across from 804 South 17th Avenue. You will see us outside early in the morning.
We had a great meeting at the Irving School the other night, and I think we've got another one scheduled for 2 weeks from then.
Yes.
So that meeting is going to be when?
Actually, we have a one update meeting this after the block party this Sunday, and then what's the date for that Thursday? The two weeks from last week. So help me out, community, with our calendars. 2 weeks from this last meeting. 2 weeks from this, so 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from yesterday. We're gonna be meeting again at Irving Elementary School. I don't have my date right offhand.
But and plus you can call and find out exactly if you want to call
Yes.
my office.
Yes.
We'll have that information. The number there is 773-533-7520. I know that someone was trying to get in earlier. I don't know if they're still there, but if they are, let's go to the phone. All right, so they kind of cooled off, but they can still call us back. We never want to really deny our viewers the opportunities to call in and to talk, do whatever. Fred, there were some people, and someone was telling me that there were children who lived right in the area who really did not know who Fred Hampton was. They do not know that he actually lived there. And so we can't let this go by without educating.
No doubt.
I've always been told that if you don't know your history, it's like a tree not having roots.
No roots.
Yeah, that. You just don't know where you came from, how you got to where you are, or where you ought to be trying to go.
Yes, indeed.
And so it's very important, that we keep this moving. Yes. And if any of our callers want to call in and ask a question, please feel free to do so. We are prepared to answer. I know that the mayor of Bellwood is very involved in the street party, and some of the known families out in the Maywood, Bellwood, Broadview area, like the Yarbroughs, the Quinces, and all of these people are contributing and donating money. And if others want to contribute, feel free to do so. Caller, are you there?
Yes, Congressman, and it's a great day to be on God's green earth. I have two questions. Congressman, you're going to be last. To the chairman, I met your father many, many thousand years ago. There was a young lady used to be on the west side, was Marion Stamps. Yeah. I wonder whatever happened to her daughter and the lady, the secretary. I mean, when they had that little clubhouse over there. Now, to you, Congressman, did you get any information about the impeachment for the Chief Justice. Please, let me get out there because I know there's going to be many other people to be calling you. But I want to get out and
Yeah,
both of y'all response.
it
So
can
don't forget,
happen,
Chairman. Chairman,
although every person, even at the Library of Congress that I managed to reach, indicated that it's very difficult. I mean, extremely difficult. Maybe not as
figured that would
difficult
happen.
as it is to win that lottery thing that's going on right now. That's got
Well,
$1
listen, God
billion
directs
in it.
everything.
And
Chairman, don't forget, please, Chairman, please tell me about Marion Stamp's people. I know you're probably too young to remember that, but she used to have that clubhouse over there. Let me hear your response. Let me get out there so first I hear your response.
All
And again,
right.
thanks for taking the call.
Thank you.
Yes.
Chairman, you know the Stamps?
I haven't been in contact with her daughter. Matter of fact, last time I think I seen her daughter, it was a protest some years back in Cabrini Green. The 12-year-old little brother had got shot by the police. That's some years back. That's the last time I seen her daughter. But Marion Stamps, no doubt about it. You just brought back memories. In fact, maybe you've seen that the piece "Eyes on the Prize." It's an actual excerpt of Marion Stamps speaking, and I'm paraphrasing what she had said. She said they just came in like a thief in the night, and they had took Chairman Fred Hampton from our people. They just snatched them, and that was her in "Eyes on the Prize." But the Cabrini Green Housing Project, and also I remember we was challenging the gentrification, saying that was being implemented by the Gold Coast and other moves. I remember that with Marion Stamps, yes indeed.
Well, Marion organized something called the Marksman Tranquility Center, named after a professor at the University of Illinois named Ed Marksman. Her daughter actually ran for alderman in the 37th Ward 4 years ago in the last election, and she came pretty close. She garnered, I think, about 40% of the vote. So yeah, Marion Stamps, and then of course later on Dorothy Tillman when she came to town, and all of that. They were allies of the movement, and we had a lot of fun with Marion Stamps. She used to sit in the back of Burton the Terrace in the city council and hassle him. And they would sit, they came from the Cabrini area. That was the 42nd Ward. And they would just hassle Bert. They'd sit in that first row. So Marion Stamp provided a lot of color, a lot of character, and a lot of movement for Chicago.
Right on.
So thank you for your call. We got
indeed.
another call? Nope, all right. Well, let me ask you, attorney, it's always good to have lawyers, because you can't do this stuff without
Indeed.
lawyers. Could you just tell us a little bit, you look so young, about your background and, how you get to be an attorney,
Okay.
all that?
Oh, certainly. Like I said, my name is Khaliya Muhammad. I attended school at Georgia Tech. I was interested in law from the get-go. I've always been interested in patents, real estate, and things of the sort. Moved here to Chicago 13 years ago. I'm proud to be a Chicagoan. Since I've been here, I've had the pleasure of meeting so many great people, so many historic people, and so many people fighting for civil rights. Since that time, I've had the pleasure of becoming an attorney. I attended Chicago-Kent College of Law, and I've been practicing law for over 5 years now. I tend to do a lot of activities within the community to educate people about real estate, to educate about intellectual property, including patents, business ownership, things of the sort.
Well, let me thank you, especially the intellectual property. We are going to have on November the 17th and 18th, the World International Properties Association WIPO here
Indeed.
in Chicago. And we want to invite you to that because we're going to spend that Friday evening, we're going to have a reception, and that Saturday, we're going to have all-day workshops. I just returned from Geneva, Switzerland, where we went there to a session organized by WIPO, and we had an opportunity to actually meet with Kofi Annan. I think that was one of the last public meetings that he may have had before he died. And we met with WIPO and the World Health Organization. So this is a meaningful
Yes, indeed.
day because we found out that you've got interest in that.
Certainly.
And we've worked with the Kent College of Law. That's one of the arenas that they are interested in big time. And so we'll get your card and make sure we invite you.
Certainly appreciate it.
All right, all right. So Fred, how would you say the receptivity has been in terms of, you mentioned all of the different people you've interacted with. What has been their responses?
It's been a charge. Just even they have been receptive in so many ways. I mean, definitely, no doubt about it. We need to raise that money. We need them tangible resources. We need those funds. But this is opening the door to, I mean, just not people coming in saying they're gonna commit or they're donating the money. Just the spirit of the people. I'm talking just the type of conversations that are happening now. You know, you mentioned earlier about, we talked about some of the children around the school that didn't know the history of legacy about Chairman Fred. It's been leaps and bounds made. You know what I'm saying? And our people, including myself, a lot of times we work best under pressure. A lot of times we work best under pressure. This Code Red is producing a different type of dynamic, a different type of discussion, different type of relationships. Also, there's discussions, like common conversations about the free breakfast programs, the work that people are doing now. That, you know, and though Maywood is a geographically small place, but I use the analogy like you look at places like Cuba or Oakland, California. They're small but political giants. You can see the pride in people's. I mean, walking past the liquor store when they hear about, well, this where he grew up at. This where Chairman Fred grew up at. The leader of the largest chapter of the Black Panther Party. It's a pride that people are talking about it. They're dissecting their speeches now and saying, how can we contribute? I can't. So people come out and say, let me do some work around here. Let me something. Let's help. How can we help maintain this house we got? And people saying, so some people saying, you actually mean we have a museum on our block? so it's a charge. It's a charge.
Well, and it's going to happen because whenever people are united around an effort or an issue, you can almost be certain that they're going to be successful. And those of us who've lingered and been a part, I mean, we've had so many precious memories of being at the Hamptons home and spending time there. And of course, your grandmother, as you know, was obviously one of the greatest cooks.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
That walked the earth.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
and so we'd go for the meetings, but
yes,
we'd
indeed.
also go for the eating.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. No
we
doubt.
do both. So wrap us up because our time is about gone.
Again, I want to thank all the energy that's been coming up to it. The meetings we've been having. It's not just been no meeting. It's been meetings for meetings' sake. People, concrete resources, concrete commitments have come. We encourage you to come on out, support. Come to the block party this Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. right in Irving Elementary School. 2 weeks from now, we got another meeting, follow-up meeting. We need your support. Again, hashtag Save the Hampton House, the GoFundMe, www.savethehamptonhouse, paypal.me/Save the Hampton House. Tweet that. Instagram all these entertainers and athletes. Call the question, where are they at on this campaign about saving the Hampton House?
All right, let's save the Hampton House. Let's remember the movement. Let's remember Chairman Fred. And let's remember that freedom is not free. See you next week.
Yes, indeed.